The Alchemist by Paul Coelho. This story is about combining magic, mysticism, wisdom, and wondering of inspiring self-discovery. The Alchemist has become a modern classic, selling millions of copies from around the world, changing lives of countless readers' generations. Coelho's masterpiece tells the mystical story of Santiago, an Andalusian shepherd boy who learns to travel in search of worthy treasure. His quest will lead him to a different and a far more satisfying than he ever imagined. Santiago's journey teaches us about essential wisdom of listening to our hearts and recognizing opportunity and learning to read the omens strewn along his life's path. Most importantly, to follow our dreams. Find this book in the library.
Okay, what's the longest and shortest book?
Woman and Men is probably the longest, and I would say Dr. Seuss is probably the shortest.
Now, what's the longest book?
I have no idea what the longest book is.
What's the shortest book?
The shortest book is Ernest Hemingway.
Good job.
Longest and shortest book?
Yeah.
Harry Potter?
What's the shortest book?
No idea.
Yeah, thank you. What is the longest book?
Is Men and Women with 850,000 words.
Yeah, what's the shortest book?
You know, I don't know what the shortest book is.
Okay.
Now a book talk. It's kind of a funny story by Ned Vinzini. This story is about, like many ambitious New York City teenagers, Craig Liner sees entry to Manhattan's executive pre-profession high school as the ticket to his future, determined to succeed at life, which means getting into the right high school, getting into the right college, getting into the right job. Craig studies night and day to ace the entrance exam, and does. That's when things start to get crazy. In new school, Craig realizes that he isn't brilliant compared to the other kids. He's just average, and maybe not even that. He sees his once perfect future crumbling away. The stress becomes unbearable, and Craig stops eating and sleeping until one night he nearly kills himself. Craig's suicidal episode gets him checked into a mental hospital where his new neighbors include a transsexual sex addict, a girl who has scarred her own face with scissors, and self-elected President Armelio. They're isolated from the crushing pressure of school and friends. Craig is finally able to comfort the source of his anxiety. Check this book out at our library.
How long have you been playing golf?
I don't know, like 5 years.
Why did you go for golf?
I don't know, I played it with my family, and the team's really nice, and so are the coaches.
How was your last game?
My last meet, it went better than my first one. I shot a 54, which I ended up getting 5th place with.
What was your biggest accomplishment in that game?
Probably, I don't know. I got really close with one of my chips, and I just putted in. It was good.
What was your team's greatest opportunity after that last game?
I mean, we got first after that meet, so that was good. And
Are there any new faces this year than last year?
yeah. Well, last year we didn't even get a season, and so I'm technically a new face. And then there's a freshman and a couple more sophomores.
How are these students doing?
I think they're doing pretty well. Some of them, this is their first time ever playing golf, and they're really getting out there and doing well. So.
What is your biggest strength as a team?
As a team, I think we're just really supportive of each other, and we don't get too down on ourselves, and we like to have fun. It's a good strength.
Thank you for your time and good luck with your next match.
Thank you.
Today I'm here with Landon talking about tennis. How are you doing today?
Doing great.
Great. I'm asking you a few questions about tennis.
Okay.
How long have you been playing tennis?
Well, it's my third actual tennis season. It would have been 4 years, but we didn't have a tennis season last year because of COVID. But so 4, I would say.
4. How did you go out for tennis? Or why?
My sister did tennis when she was in high school, and so I just thought I would do it.
How was your last meet?
Let's see, what was my last meet? Pella Christian. We beat them. I think everyone on the team beat them, but me personally, I won all my matches, so it was a good meet for us.
Good job. What's your biggest accomplishment in a meet?
I don't know what my biggest accomplishment was. I mean, I'd say just winning. Winning is an accomplishment, but other than that, I don't know.
What was your team's greatest opportunity after the last meet?
Greatest opportunity. I'm not sure about that one either.
What team are you preparing the most for?
I don't know that we're really preparing for a certain team in general. I would just say all the teams.
Are there any new faces that didn't play last year?
Yeah, I think there's 5 people, maybe 6.
How are they doing?
Last year. I mean, they're doing pretty good for their first year. But
What is your biggest strength as a team?
I don't know what our biggest strength is.
Thank you for your time. Good luck on your next match.
Today I'm here with Owen Sanger talking about tennis. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good. I'm going to ask you a few questions about tennis. How long have you been playing tennis?
It's my first year playing.
Okay. Why did you go out for tennis?
It seemed like a fun sport. I don't really like to run, and so.
I get it. Okay. How was your last meet?
It was pretty good. The guy and I went back and forth. We kept it really close the entire time, and I learned a lot about ball control.
That's good. Okay. What was the biggest accomplishment in that meet?
Probably just learning how to play a little more aggressive.
What was your team's greatest opportunity after that meet?
It really showed that we need to work on our accuracy a lot more.
Okay. What team are you preparing for the most and why?
We kind of prepare for all teams the same just because there's no real big strategy in it.
Mm-hmm. Are there any new faces this year that didn't play last year?
Well, I'm a new face this year, and then all the freshmen.
True. Okay, how are these students doing?
They're doing good. A couple of them made varsity.
What was your biggest strength as a team?
Probably just we can work together really good. That's
good.
Strengths, yeah.
Thank you for your time and good luck at your next match. Go Cards!
Today I'm here with Rajane, talking about tennis. How are you doing today?
Doing good, how are you?
Good. I am going to ask you a few questions about tennis.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been playing tennis?
I've been playing tennis since for about 3 years now.
Why did you go out for tennis?
Just to do something new and to help learn more new things and try something new.
How was your last meet?
Last meet was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm. What's your biggest accomplishment in a meet?
Biggest accomplishment in a meet, I would say, I've been winning for the past few games, so that's a big accomplishment.
What's your team's greatest opportunity after the last meet?
Just to learn more and try new things. I think that's the biggest opportunity we've been doing.
What team are you preparing the most for and why?
I would say Pella, and that's because it's senior night and my last game, so I want to really go out strong.
Good luck on that. Are there any new faces this year that didn't play last year?
Oh yeah, ton of faces.
How are they doing?
Really good for the first year.
What is your biggest strength as a team?
Biggest strength as a team, just staying together and learning new things. I think that's a big thing.
Well, thank you for your time, and good luck on your next match.
Today I'm here with Megan LeVon talking about tennis. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good.
That's great. I'm going to ask you a few questions about tennis. How long have you been playing tennis?
4 years.
Okay. Why did you go out for tennis?
I thought it was fun.
How was your last meet?
It was okay.
What was the biggest accomplishment in that meet?
We all cried.
That's good. What was your team's greatest opportunity after the last meet?
I have no idea.
It's okay. Like, is there something that, like, you guys did good, or is there a new opportunity you guys could go for? No? Okay, okay. What team are you preparing for the most and why? Pella. Why is that?
Because they're really good.
Yeah. Are there any new faces this year that didn't play last year?
There's a lot of new people.
Like the freshmen and yeah, mostly. How are these students doing?
They're really good. There's a lot of new people that are really good.
What is your biggest strength as a team?
We all like each other.
That's good. Thank you for your time and good luck at the match. Go Cards.
Today I'm here with Hunter talking about soccer. How are you doing today? Good. Great. I'm going to ask you a few questions about soccer. How long have you been playing soccer?
This spring will make 14 years.
Why did you go out for soccer?
I've enjoyed soccer for as long as I've played it.
How was your last game?
It went okay. We didn't play that well, but I mean, we still won.
What was the biggest accomplishment in that game?
In that game, I guess I scored in the first half, which put us up 1-0.
What was your team's greatest opportunity after that game?
After the game? To be able to watch film and figure out where we went wrong to fix it for today.
Okay. What team are you preparing for the most and why?
At the moment, definitely Pella, because that's what we play today. But after this, it'll probably be DCG, because that will be our next hardest team.
Are there any new faces this year that didn't play last year?
Nate Lampy and Cody are both freshmen who did not play last year, and so was Christian. And I think the only other person who didn't really play varsity last year was Anthony.
How are these students doing?
They're doing good, especially for being freshmen. They're holding up the back line really well.
What is your biggest strength of the team?
Probably our back line and our passing in the back goes really well. So the only thing we really need to work on is our passing and our shots in the final third.
Okay. Thank you for your time. And good luck with your next match.
Thanks.
Today I'm here with Anthony Bastell talking about soccer. How are you doing today?
Wonderful.
That's great. I'm going to ask you a few questions about soccer. How long have you been playing soccer?
Since I was probably like 8 or so.
Nice. Why did you go out for soccer?
Honestly, probably my mom made me do it. I don't know.
How was your last game?
Good, I guess. Maybe we lost, but
What was the biggest accomplishment in that game?
I don't know. We lost, so I don't know.
So, like, did you guys score?
No.
No? Did you work good as a team?
Yeah, I guess we played well, but we just couldn't come back of the net, I guess.
Yeah. What was your team's greatest opportunity after that?
After the game?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. What team are you preparing for the most and why?
There's not really a team we prepare for. We just take it game by game.
Okay. Are there any new faces this year that didn't play last year?
Well, yeah, there's quite a bit since the freshmen and sophomores have not played with us. So.
True. How are these students doing?
Good.
Good. What is your biggest strength as a team?
Probably our defense.
Okay. Thank you for your time and good luck at your next match. Go Cards!
The Newton High School team won the state championship for the Battle of the Books. Congratulations to Annika Wilson, Laura Sanders, Jonathan Raker, Leo Friedman, Samantha Smith, and River Meyer for their hard work over the last several months. Hi, I'm here with Miss Gazette, and I'm going to ask you a question. What young adult author wrote the most books?
I'm going to guess Laura Ingalls Wilder, young adult author. I don't know what age she started writing though, but she wrote many books about her life on the prairie.
J.K. Rowling.
Ah, yes.
Harry Potter.
Okay, how many did she write?
That's a good question.
Yeah. I wonder how many Laura Ingalls wrote. To look that one up.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I'm here with Drew, and I'm going to ask him a question. What young adult author wrote the most books?
R.L. Stein.
Wrong.
Nice.
Good luck next time. Hi, I'm here with Miss Sampson, and I'm going to ask her a question. What young adult author wrote the most books?
Okay, I'm pretty sure, okay, my guess is going to be J.K. Rowling.
Correct.
Yeah!
Hi, I'm here with Mr. Jarvis, and today I'm going to ask him a question. What young adult author wrote the most books?
Oh, give me 1 second. I gotta check this out.
How's that going for you?
J.K. Rowling? Is that it?
Yeah, correct.
Oh!
Hi, today I'm here with Miss Patterson, and I'm going to ask her a question. What young adult author wrote the most books?
Oh boy. Do I have a multiple choice?
No, we gotta get it.
What young adult author has written the most books? How many did he or she write?
I have no clue.
Come on, man, I need a hint!
It's a popular series, that's a hint.
Oh, it's a series.
Well, they wrote a popular series.
J.K. Rowling?
Yeah.
Harry Potter?
Hi, today I'm here with Mason, and I'm going to ask him a question about books. What young adult author wrote the most books?
Young?
Yeah.
Give me a hint.
Wrote a popular series.
The Harry Potter guy? Author?
What's the name?
J.K. Rowling?
Correct. Good job, bro.
Welcome back to another video. Here are the top 10 misused words.
Accept.
Capital,
Elect.
immigrate.
Principal.
Principal, do you mean like principal as in for school or the laws?
Like in the school.
Your,
Effect.
it's,
There, and there.
that's a lot of theirs.
Yeah, there's a lot. Those are the top 10 mispronounced words of 2021. Here are the top 10 2021 slang words. Rona,
Yeet,
sus,
lit.
sim,
Are you a sim?
no.
No.
Are you?
No. Yeah, I am. Poggers, do you know what poggers is?
I have no clue. Cap,
Bet,
dope.
fire.
And those are the top 10 slang words of 2021. Why teens don't read as often. Have you ever wondered why today's teens don't read as much as teenagers in their early years? Well, today's teens have technology, and most teenagers rather read on their phones instead of reading from a good old paper book or ink book. According to the Times, a third of the U.S. teenagers haven't read a book for the pleasure in a couple of years. A good percent of U.S. teens use their phones to pass time, and some of the time they're doing so, they're reading something off is like text from friends or reading a text in mobile games. So if you want a teen to read or something, give them their cell phone with something interesting on it.
Can you name a book that every student should read in high school?
I Survived books.
Okay, thank you. Can you name a book that every student should read in high school?
Emotion in Motion is a book about Chris Street, the Iowa basketball player. It has a lot of good morals in it.
Okay, thank you. Name a book that every student should read in high school.
I think all high school students or even elementary students should read the book Wonder or even watch the movie. It really helps show the differences between students and other people and being accepted as you are as a person.
Thank you.
Can you name a book that every student should read in high school?
Romeo and Juliet.
And why?
That's a good book.
Thank you. Can you name a book that every student should read in high school and why?
Percy Jackson, because it's very eventful and there's a lot of mysterious creatures in it, so it's very great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. This story is about four adventurous siblings, Peter, Susan, Mund, and Lucy, stepped through a wardrobe door and into the land of Narnia, a land frozen in eternal winter and enslaved by the power of a white witch. But when almost all hope is lost, the return of a great lion agent, a salon, signals a great change and great sacrifice. Open the door and enter a new world. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, second book in C.S. Lewis' classic fantasy series, which has been changing readers' lives in all ages with magical land and unforgettable characters for over several years. Check this book out at the library.
Today I'm here with Miss Nelson interviewing her about her role as a librarian and her advisory role in Battle of the Books. Hello, Miss Nelson. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Why did you become a librarian?
I have always loved books. Reading was a great pastime for me. It was a great escape for me even when I was young. But then in high school, I was able to work part-time at the public library. And so I got to see everything that the librarians did and all the different facets, and I really loved it. So I just continued on through college and pursued my degree.
What type of schooling did you need for this career?
To be a librarian, you have to have a education degree. So elementary education, secondary education, and then if you want to go on and get your master's, you can get your master's in library science. When I went through school, I was one of those that got a K-12 library degree, and so that's how I was able to. Plus, I have a teaching degree as well.
How long have you been a librarian at our school?
This is year 29 for me.
Wow. What is your favorite part of being a librarian?
I think when I see the connection between a student and a book, that's my favorite. When they just light up when they talk about it, or what they loved about it, it's that personal connection. There's a personal connection every person has with a book, and everybody has a different connection, and that's the greatest thing about a book. Some people like that book, some people don't like that book, but that's what makes it so special.
Now, I know you are also on an advisor for a club of the Battle of the Books. Can you tell me about this club?
Yeah, that's a club of just extraordinary students that really take that leap and say, yes, I'll read all of these books, even things in genres they've never read before. And then they have an online battle, and they get asked very specific questions. And trying to remember all those things about the books, because there are 28 books that each team has to read in all different types of genres. So it's things maybe that they're not used to or they would never have read. So it's a big ask, but they have just done an outstanding job. You can only have 6 to a group, so you can have less, but you cannot have any more than 6. And they are tasked with reading 28 books and knowing them very well to answer the questions.
What are competitions like in Battle of the Books?
Normally, this was a weird year because we did it virtually this year, and we've never done it virtually, but since Corona, that's how we did it. But how it normally runs is that the students read the books over the time span of, we usually start October, we gather the group and then we talk about the titles, they divvy up the books, and then they really start reading seriously in about December. So from December to about mid-March is when they have to read their 5 or 6 books. Because then in March they have to take a online multiple choice test. You have to qualify, so usually they take the top 16. And this is across the state, and that number varies. There could be 60 teams, 70 teams, 50, whatever. There were 48 teams this year. But this year was a little different. They only took the top 8. And I want to say we had 3 groups this year, so 3 teams. And had they taken the 16 like they always do, all 3 groups would have qualified. But since they only took 8 this year, I had 1 group that qualified.
How many teams did you have this year, and did they do?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I kind of answered that, didn't I? I didn't know. I apologize. I had 3 teams, and I had 1 team that qualified in the 8, and the other 2 teams did really well. Like I said, they all qualified in the top 16. So in a normal year, everybody would have gone to the grand battle. And that's the second part of this whole tournament. So once that team that I had no shelf control qualified, they qualified as number 1. That means they had the best online score for the multiple choice test. And then yesterday, they had the grand battle, and that consisted of 1 semifinal round where they were asked 2 questions from every book, and they had to compete against 3 other schools. There were 2 pools of 4 schools, so the 8 schools split into 2 pools. You had to be in the top 2 to get out of your pool round to qualify for the final round. They did that. They scored the highest number there too. And in the final round, they went against the pool winners, and they won the final round. So they were state champions, and it was very exciting, and they did such a great job. I'm so proud of them.
Is there anything else you'd like students to know about your job, club, or reading in general?
I would just say that reading is my passion, is my love. You read for a lot of different reasons, and I know, in school sometimes it's like, oh, I don't have any time to read. But really, if you could take 10 to 15 minutes and just read something just for pleasure, the benefits that you will gain from doing that, it's a lifelong love of learning, of finding out about other things, other places, or just escape. It will truly benefit and make your life fuller, I believe. So please, read!
Thank you so much for your time, and congrats on your team's big state championship.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Now for a book talk. Go Set a Watchman by Harper Lee. This story is about 26-year-old from Lewis Finch Scout. Returns home to Macomb, Alabama from New York City to visit her aging father, Atticus. Set against the backdrop of the civil rights tension and political turmoil that were transforming the South, Louise's homecoming turns bittersweet when she learns disturbing truths about her close-knit family, the town, and the people dearest to her. Memories of her childhood flood back, and her values and assumptions are thrown into doubt. Featuring many of the iconic characters, To Kill a Mockingbird, To Go Set a Watchman perfectly captures a young woman and a world in painful yet necessary transition out of the illusion of the past, a journey that can only be guided by one's own consistency.